Welcome to
Welcome to
PPR.
PPR.
Passions and reactions. I'm your boy Presley. Thank you guys again. Stopping by. Checking out the channel. It's highly appreciated. I love the support that I continue to get from you guys. Keep it coming. Now another reaction video I have for you today. It's from Vice News, and it's a story that they called "Why Black Women Are Trying to Get Out of America." Now, before even watching it, I'm gonna take an educated guess. They're saying that black women are leaving America, trying to get out of America, is to find a good black man. I mean, us black men like myself are few and far between when it comes to black women and mating and matching up for long-term relationships that ultimately lead to family, kids, and marriage. Black men, we do have a bad reputation when it comes to dealing with black women, and I mean, how did that happen? How did black men become the bane to a black woman's existence? It's just, damn, it's fucked up to think about. I mean, all I can really say is that society has influenced black men to not only treat black women like trash and not like the queens that they are, but this society has basically give the impression that a black woman is the least desirable of all the women that are available out there, which is so not true in every sense of the word, in every sense of that phrase. Black women are the most desirable, in my opinion. It's just that society, media tells us that the darker the skin, the more unattractive and the more undesirable you are, which is so far from the truth in my eyes. I mean, yes, brown skinned, light skinned women are beautiful, but there's nothing like a juicy black woman to boot at the same time. Nothing like a well educated, decent, nice black woman to raise your kids, to marry, to have a family with, and start a life with. I mean, that's my ultimate dream. That's my ultimate goal, is to have that sort of achievement like my father did with his wife, my mother. That's the future that I desire for myself. And I really don't understand how black women today, who are more educated, more successful than us black men, have such a hard time finding a good man, a good black man. It defies logic, it defies all sense, but I know.
This is like heaven right now.
Let me not say that I know.
Alexis Bromley is from Nebraska.
Don't know.
She needed a break
Let's listen
from
to
white
what these
people.
black women
In
have to say
Omaha,
about
it's
the
very
situation.
segregated.
Let's jump right on in.
It can be very isolating if you're a person of color. It's hard in Nebraska because it's a red state. And so you It's like just heaven don't right know now. who you interact with on a daily basis.
Alexis Bromley
if they
is from
believe
Nebraska.
that you're lesser, if you're
She needed a
inferior,
break
and how that
from white
in turn
people.
can affect in Omaha, me. It's very segregated.
She says the current political
It's,
climate
it can be
has
very
only made these
isolating if
feelings
you're a
worse.
person of color.
So
It's
she
hard in
decided to
Nebraska
go on
because
a
it's
women
a
of
red
color
state.
healing retreat
about
And so
white
you
Costa
just
Rica.
don't know
Hi,
who you interact
those
with on a daily
beautiful smiles.
basis. If they believe
Thank
that you're
you guys
lesser,
so
if you're
much for
inferior,
coming.
and how that in
My
turn can affect
blackness
me.
is bold.
She says the current
My
political
blackness
climate
is
has
uninhibited.
only made
My
these feelings
blackness is
worse.
strength.
So
God
she
damn,
decided to
hell
go
yeah.
on a women of color
Trump
healing
has
retreat.
given
Black women
license
come
to
together
people
to eat
who
vegan
Hi,
food,
such beautiful
meditate,
smiles.
do yoga.
than ever.
Breath in
Thank
is the
you guys so
reminder
much for
that
coming.
we are
Based on
My
safe.
blackness
And
is
to discuss the
bold.
frustrations of
My
being
blackness
black in
is
America.
uninhibited.
It's like a mental game all the time, and I'm in
The
these
idea
spaces
is
where,
simple. For 10 days,
constantly
black women
poked
come
and
together
prodded.
to eat
Oh, let me
vegan
touch your
food,
hair. Oh, you're really
meditate,
pretty
do
for a black
yoga.
girl. Black people don't exercise. Black people don't hike. People are automatically gonna have this perception of me before I even open my mouth.
So many people's ideologies are being validated that don't see us as human, that don't see us as people.
This retreat is one of more than a dozen black-owned travel groups, marketing trips specifically to people who look like Alexis. In the
There
few years
seems
that
to be
most
a
of these
lot of
companies
money
have been
in that
open,
business.
more and more clients
Interesting.
are calling them up. At least 5 say they've seen a spike in interest coinciding with Trump's
Not
election.
surprising at
The
all.
idea of Black women reclaiming control over their own mind, body, and spirit is exactly what's needed to survive in a system that constantly tells us that our wellness isn't important. We stopped taking care of ourselves because we were taught you don't matter. We needed a safe space that was outside in the United States to hold certain conversations and just to heal. I don't
The
think
woman
that
interviewing her,
we
though,
can do
she's
that in the
gorgeous,
United States.
I
I
have
think
to
that
say.
we're suffering and suffocating and just dying
kinda
every single day trying to survive
ironic
there.
that
Yeah, not every
they've got a
woman can
light-skinned
afford
black
to come out to
woman
Costa Rica. What
doing an
can we do
interview
for the
of
racism they experience for
dark-skinned
women who
black
can't
women
afford to be
about
part of your retreat?
I think that
something
it's
she
important for
has
people in the United States,
not
Black and POC
experienced, I
people,
would
to
bet,
start
as
forming their own
much
spaces
as
there.
these dark-skinned
Easier
black
said than
women.
done. White Americans
kind of
find themselves in
interesting.
white-only meetings and places all the time, without even trying or noticing. When Black people want a break from feeling like a minority, they often have to make an effort. Alexis made the effort, and it cost her $2,222. But for her and several other women, that's a reasonable price to pay for a retreat that bans white people.
Would having white people on this trip ruin it?
I'd run my money back. Yeah, I don't think we will be as open and as honest as we are with the group that we're in now.
Man,
Do
I
you
don't know
all
if I
feel
can
like
get
you've
on
been
board with
stereotyped?
that.
One thing
mean,
I always got is you're so well spoken, and I don't think people understand how insulting that is. What else would you expect from me?
Curious if it's been no different for you since
It was
the election of President Trump?
We're Black, we knew that racism has been around, but it's a bit more in our face now. It's made me had to pivot my
absolutely.
interactions
Damn right.
and like
They
people
feel
who actually
comfortable
support Trump.
saying this.
I
You got a
can't
fucking
trust you
white man
on friendship level,
white
family level, any level
supremacists
if
in
you
the
actually
White
are
House.
supporting someone that, is completely racist.
Is some of that anxiety what you feel you need to heal from here?
We're looking for ways to coping mechanisms, and ways to take care of ourselves because we're not on the agenda.
Do you feel like you've increasingly
Not
lost
at
the ability
all.
to see
They're
any
not,
shot at a
unfortunately.
relationship with white people?
Every time I have a conversation with them, I just pick up on certain things that they say, whatever. I pick up on the microaggressions, the passive aggressiveness. I pick up on it. So I decided one day to just eliminate white people from my personal life. And ever since then, my life has been way more breezy.
Do you think it's at all possible that
I don't know about
the
that. I
fact
can't get
that
on board with that. I
white
mean,
racism, white people have sort of made you leave the U.S.,
is it
start your
better
whole
than
life
what they're
over
doing
somewhere
to
else,
us?
feel the
as
need to
black
avoid
people? I
them,
mean, damn.
means that they've won?
They didn't push me out the United States.
I
Because
guess
if
that's
that's the
what they
case,
mean by
they can push me out of
reverse
any of these
racism, huh?
countries because they are here. They're everywhere, I feel like white people shouldn't even have passports because they've done enough, especially white Americans. Leave them in the United States. They do not need to come here. They do not.
They should be even able to travel
They need to stay in the United States.
But to a white person
Fucking
who's doing their best to be the
ridiculous
best white person
right
they can
there.
be.
I have no
That's
tips for a white
basic
person.
right
My
there, what
tip
she
to
said.
white people
She
is
sounded
to
like an ignorant black
let us
woman
have our space, let
who's
us have
just
our
fucking
room,
mad.
and go hang out with other white people. We're okay. You've done enough damage.
Come on, man. The only way forward in this world is together. That's not idealistic. It's not
This retreat, much to
unreasonable.
Andrea's dismay, is held at a white-owned resort. That
We
doesn't
need to
bother
come
the
to
retreat
a
participants.
understanding
They haven't cut
together.
white people out full-time.
Isolation is
But
not
20
the
minutes
answer.
down the road,
Never will
Andrea
be
and
the
a business
answer.
partner have quietly
So-
invested nearly $100,000 to build up their own private retreat space.
This is where we'll have the workshops.
Is this just like a
She's
long
just trying to
con
make
to
some
start
money, in
building
my
your own
opinion,
black nation
off of
out
black
in the middle
people,
of Costa
black
Rica?
women
It is.
looking to
It
get
is.
away.
Starting with yoga, next is going to be like a mini
mean,
government.
I don't want to have a
It's a
mini
good
government,
idea,
but at the
but
same time, it will
the
be a
root
community
cause- the
of just
root
like black
of it
people living here.
is shady to me.
What would you say to someone
I don't
who's
like
like,
that.
it's nice as this sounds like
I'm all
paradise for
about
black people.
inclusiveness,
In some ways, like it's motivated
not
by the same hate that white people who want to
fucking
create white nations and white
isolation
spaces
and
have.
denying people
I would say
because
it
of
doesn't have
the
anything
color
to
of
do
their
with
skin
them.
in any
This is
form.
about us healing our community.
What if
Is it practical
what if
to create a
there's-
black
what if
nation
there's a
in the
white
middle of a
person
jungle?
who
Or
agrees
chase all
that-
white people off
who
your property?
agrees with most
Probably
of
not, and
the
most black
perspective
people
of
don't
black
want to
women
do that. But the
they
feelings of
see
isolation that drove Andrea to
the
build her own community
injustice and
aren't that different from what
microaggressions,
drove
and they
Alexis to
see
this
all of
retreat
that,
in the
and
first
they want to
place.
help.
Andrea has
Are you
completely
going to
given up on
deny
the
them?
U.S.
Deny them that they
I have
deny that
been places
helping
outside
hand
of the
of
U.S. where I have
somebody
felt
because they're
more at
not the
home
same
and
race
more
as you? I mean,
included
come
than I
on.
have ever in my community.
Is that an upsetting thing? You know, you say it with like this serene face, but to like go visit somewhere that you're not a citizen of and feel more at home than you do in your own country.
Yeah, that's reality. Unfortunately, that's the reality of our country.
Unfortunately for some people, it is. But the answer is not to run away. Is the answer is not to run away to another country. It's to find a way to make your home more tolerable, to be make your home feel like home in America. I mean, or wherever you come from. It's just so isolation is not the answer. Segregation is not the answer. It's just so fucking foolish, man. I don't understand how people can say that it's better off if the races are separate. They'll make no sense to me. But tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what your thoughts and opinions on it. Comment down below, like and subscribe. This is PPR, Presley's Passions and Reactions. This is your boy Presley, and I'm out.